What's up everybody, I'm Abatage and welcome back to the Banner Saga. We had a fairly story heavy episode last time, so we're going to try and do a bit more battling this time if we're given the chance. And right now we've got the chance, I do believe, so let's deal with this situation ourselves. The caravan stops and waits while you lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Ludin to stay by the caravan. He folds his arms and mutters something about being treated like a child. So we're going to go with our badass Val posse. And we'll put the shield banger first because that's the way we roll. We'll put them first and Yrsa can bring up the rear. Yrsa has, I think he's the one who has his special ability is to grant a willpower point to someone. And if he rests, he gains a willpower point. Okay, so we don't have any giant dredge here. They're all little dudes, so not too much to worry about there. Yrsa can sit back a little. He can come down here because he can tank these guys. He can go here to take those two out, and he can go here, and this guy will just deal with as we deal with. Let's do it. We can march right up to this dude, which could be good because these guys might take some aggro. Let's do that. Sup, dude. And let's hit him for some strength. Let's put the flags on. Ah, good, they took the bait. He's got heaps of armor, which is why I want them to attack him. But we're going to come in here, and oh, look at this attack rating. 7 and 6. I wonder how much we can hit them for if we do one of these. Oh, look at that. They're both pretty much fucked. Old Gunnulf is an amazing fighter. He just kicks some serious ass. And old Hakon here is going to come in and rock this dude's world. Bam. These Val. Oh, they can do it. Yrsa here, not going to be very effective there. He kind of needs to team up with one of the Val to make it worthwhile, or he could come in here and finish this dude off, which I think we'll do, even though it kind of puts him at risk. We'll hit him for 2 with a bit of willpower, and that'll be him done. And he got a promotion, which is good because he'll be able to beef him up a bit. Now they're going to wail on his armor fairly heavily because that's just the kind of guy he is. But we can hit this dude for 4, and we can lower their attack, which will be nice. Oh, he's going to come in too. See, they hate the tanks, man. They really take a lot of aggro. But this guy's going to knock this dude down to size. Take that. Not sure why he's not moving up there. I guess he can't really get anywhere, can he? Hakon can come in and finish off this little bastard. Bam. Ah, now he's moving. Yrsa can come around. Ooh, he hasn't got very good attack rating, like, you know, whatchamacallit, strength. But nevertheless, he can come in here and have a little bit of a wail on this dude. Let's do a bit of that, and maybe we can take him out. No, got deflected. That was only a 90% chance to hit. Goodness me. Okay, now I'm just getting him to hit the strongest dudes at the moment because it really helps to bring down their armor rating, their attack rating, so they can't hit as hard. But let's take out this guy. Bam. He just hits so hard, that guy. And we're going to have to get him out of there soon because he's taking a fair... Oh, damn it, I did that. Oh, I ended his turn by mistake and I could have taken out that other guy. Oh my god. Just kill that guy's armor a bit. He's going to wander around up there a little more. Okay, now, I kind of want to move so I can get out of a little bit of harm's way. Whoops. Sometimes you can misclick fairly easily, I think, which... it's probably just me, but it could be part of the whole thing. Ah, damn it. A couple more hits like that and he's a goner. Now I might actually take this guy up here Because this guy's all fresh and he's got all his attack ratings, so let's bring him down to size of it. Nice. He's out. Shield banger's down. Alright, Hakon. This time you actually want to hit someone. Let's take him out. Bam. And he'll clean up the rest of them fairly easily, I think. Yrsa can knock his block off. Let's give him a bit of willpower from the horn so he can finish him off. He's not going to hit for much there. Gunnulf will just wreck him. And Hakon's holding out here. Let's do a bit of that. See you later, and one more dude to go. Who just rested on his turn. That's interesting. And you're going to have to rest anyway. You might as well rest too. Because Hakon's going to come up here and wreck this dude's face. So we had one knockout, which is not cool. But we also got a promotion for Yrsa. And for Hakon. He did pretty well there. He just wrecked house just like Gunnulf did. So that was a fairly successful round, I think. Hakon, you can hear Luden's hard-booted trot as you set up camp for the first day and brace yourself. Can we speak as equals? We can try. It seems clear to me that you plan to kill a lot of dredge along the way. Am I right? I love Hakon's attitude. Like, I kind of like to see him as just a doesn't give two shits kind of warrior. Like, in fact, I plan to go out of my way to kill them. I shouldn't be surprised, but don't assume only the Varl can fight. Do you understand me? That is my banner we fly to Grofheim. The banner of Aberrang. I insist on joining the battle. Almost gutted in your first encounter and ready for more. Whatever you like, Prince. And, I expected more resistance. From Vognir, maybe. They tell me you were his kender. That's why you're in charge now. Some sort of next of kin. A Varl thing? Don't you take on his responsibilities? That doesn't mean I care what happens to you. In my own way, why the tough act, kid? Why the tough act? Don't look down on me again. Don't you dare. When you're nearly 200 years, it's hard to take a 20-year-old man. Is that right? Seriously. You better start. We'll both be kings someday. That's the last thing I need to think about right now. Yeah, put him in his place. Luden looks at you as though you just punched yourself in the face. He heads back to his tent before saying whatever was on his mind. Yeah, fuck Luden. He's a bit of a twat. On exertion, you've gotten some characters with high exertion. Don't overlook this important stat. Exertion lets you add more willpower to your actions. Want to add more than 1 star to your attack? Upgrading to 3 exertion, blah, 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 blah. We know about that. We know what exertion's all about. Let's have a quick look to the hero tent. Because we have... Oh, he needs 3 days to recover. Gunnulf. Still rocking it. Hakon gets a promotion for 10 renown, sure. And we will put his into... Oh, we could make him even more of a wrecking machine. Let's give him a break point, and let's give him... Yeah, we'll give him another armor point, and that maxes out his armor, because they've got a maximum rating for like how much they can. And I think that's kind of based on their class. Like a shield banger will have a much higher possible armor rating. Let's confirm that. And Yrsa, you can promote for 5 renown. So we will give you... You need more attack, like there's no tomorrow. So we'll give you 2 more attack points, so that you can actually be a little bit useful. Luden, you're just a twat. Yrsa, we'll learn more about her in a second, but she's joined the party. And we've got Bersi here as well, who is a Warhawk. Look at him, he's badass, man. Alright, let's go talk to people and do that sort of stuff. Let's talk to Yrsa. Yrsa? Yrsa, right? She watches you approach with her head tilted back and points a thumb towards Luden's tent. Nope, here for you. Oh? I'm not going to do a lady's voice, I'm sorry. Can we talk? Yrsa shakes her head. No. A smile on her lips, eyelids low. Why not? I don't. In those two cursory contradictory words, you get two impressions. She has a beautiful obsidian voice, and this might be a complete waste of time. She watches you expectantly. You don't talk, it's about the flaming arrows, you're Luna's bodyguard. You're Luna's bodyguard? No, he's mine. Before you have the chance to be confused, she cackles, abrupt and loud, then looks slightly embarrassed. You are his personal guard, though. Her expression changes to, of course. How did you end up with someone like Luden? Luck? She watches you expectantly. You don't talk? No. You do, though. I don't. She smiles warmly, clearly enjoying her game. She watches you expectantly. It's about the flaming arrows. She raises an eyebrow. Val and fire don't get along. All you get is a shrug. If you're going to use them... She pulls an arrow. There's a flick of the wrist that you don't quite catch. Suddenly a bird combusts in the tree behind you and falls to the ground, smouldering. Half the camp has turned to watch. Don't tell me not to. Well, this has been fun. She crosses her arms, a hand on her chin, and cocks her head to one side. Until next time, Yrsa. Hakon. You stop and look over your shoulder. I am a witch, so be careful. She puts her forefinger to her lips with a soft shh. You depart, not quite sure what to make of that. I like her, she's a cool character. She's got some sass. Let's go talk to this dude. You have a moment? As you approach Bersi, he lowers the book he was reading. He doesn't strike you as the book-reading type. You're Bersi? You're Hakon. We've gotten that out of the way, haven't we? I had some questions. Say what you want to say. What's a Val doing working for Luden? What's a Val doing working for another Val? What difference does it make? It looks like you're in charge right now, so do me a favor and don't get Luden killed. He's important to you? No, but that's one way to put it. Where'd you learn to fight? Same way as you. By fighting. You know what I mean. I robbed well-protected merchants for at least one man's lifetime. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Not anymore. I've had lots of jobs. Can I trust you? What a loaded question. Depends what you mean. Whose back will you have if things go wrong? Assume I'm looking out for myself and you'll figure it out. Does Luden understand that? Luden doesn't even understand that half his army is here just to protect him from the people he talks to. You laugh at the unexpected gouge. Bersi grins, pleased with himself. I won't keep you any longer. See you on the battlefield, O leader of Val. You could join us. I'm where I want to be. Don't forget what I said about keeping Luden alive. Got it? As you step away, you can't help but wonder if there was a bit of threat behind that gravelly request. So his bodyguards are basically badass. They're kind of like mercenaries who are just badass. Let's rest for a couple of days because we've got a whole heap of supplies and we need to heal up. Our hero's old Mogor there's taken a beating. Now we could bring Bersi into the mix as well. And he'd probably be better than Luden because Luden's a bit of a twat. But if I'm playing different to how I played the first time, I never put Luden in. So I kind of feel like I should put him in. But I don't want to because I don't like him. I don't want to give him any more opportunities than he should have. And Bersi's actually fairly weak. Well, like he is, but he's only got 9 armor, so he does get taken down fairly quickly. At least that's been my experience in the past. So let's rest for one more day to get Mogor up to scratch. And we can head out, I think. Yeah. On the road again. Just can't wait to be on the road again. Oh, you overhear a conversation while marching alongside the warriors. I'm happy to stomp some slags as much as the next Val, but I didn't join up to take orders from Hakon, says one. Apparently he doesn't realize you're within earshot. Not willing to die for him either. Make your presence known, but walk on. Challenge the Val to a fight. Threaten them loudly, or blindside him. I think last time I just made my presence known. I didn't challenge him to a fight though. Or maybe I threatened them loudly, or I can't remember. I don't think yeah, let's threaten them loudly. Anyone who agrees with this Yox lover, step forward, you roar. The pack stops abruptly. You sense some mild terror from the one with the big mouth. What's your name, you ask? Gris, he replies, then stammers, won't happen again. Not after you miss a couple meals, I wager, you reply, and walk on. In the distance, you hear his friends laughing at his misfortune. So that's pretty good. That kind of put him in his place. That was a nice, aggressive kind of move. The morale is good. We've got 60 days worth of supplies, which is heaps. A small gathering of tents comes into view. A group of merchants from the look of it. You ask what they're doing here. We were camped out at the Godstone ahead, one tells you, leaving an offering to Dengler. Dengler? As one does. His expression turns. Dredge started appearing out of nowhere. Some of us stayed, though the Godstone thought the Godstone would be safe, but damned if I know why. We've been dodging them since we left. Assure them the way to Strand is clear and see them off. Ask if they have anything to trade. Not much, he replies. Anything of value were left at the Godstone. I've never seen this many Val in one place before. You're off to deal with those Dredge? You nod. We could part with some supplies if you need them. We'll take them. How much? I'll give them freely. Clearing the road is more than we could ask. I have one request though. My wife's brother stayed at the Godstone. You'll know him by a necklace with many gold rings. If you see him, say we are safely in Strand. You agree, and the merchants continue onward. So that's cool. We got some extra supplies out of that little event, which was nice. We've been on the road for 20 days so far, which is pretty cool. The caravan slows unexpectedly. Word travels down the line, and then to Mogur, who tells you. Dredge know we're coming. Probably saw us back at Vedrfell, and did their usual lurking. Could have been bad if we'd plodded into them, but we saw them first. Dredge watch you, waiting to see what you do. When's the last time you commanded a few hundred, Hakon? Asks Mogur. Don't overthink it. The warriors can take care of themselves. So this is the next bit. This is war, where you basically have to command your whole army, and the outcome will determine on how many fighters you have left, so how big your caravan is, and how much it will shrink, and how much supplies you get, how much renown, all that kind of thing. So when you come across more enemies than your party can handle, you'll engage in war. Give your army orders to fit the situation, but be prepared to get your own hands dirty too. By making battle easier for yourself, you'll end up with higher casualties. Or you can take the burden on yourself with a harder battle, but save more lives. If you are ever desperately outnumbered, it may be best to run, avoiding battle completely. So then we get this screen. Dredge line the battlefield, weapons drawn. A fight seems inevitable. You take a quick head count. There must be at least 499 of them. You have 185 fighters and 466 Baal at your side. I think we can win that easy. Even from here you can see nervous glances among the enemy ranks. This looks like a good chance to press your advantage. So we can select these without actually committing to them. So if we charge, you consider taking your trusted allies and leading the charge, battering down the enemy. It will throw you into the thick of battle where fighting is most dangerous, but a strong charge can save lives. Or we can formations. You start comparing weaknesses and strengths, taking into account terrain, morale, and the look of your enemy. If you're careful, you should be able to keep your forces balanced. Or hold them off. You consider making a wall and skirting the battlefield, buying enough time for you to help the weak and the wounded make their escape. It's a risk. Your warriors will take the brunt of the attack, but it may save more lives in the long run. Retreat. You seriously consider what you're about to do. As the caravan flees, it will undoubtedly take heavy losses, the enemy nipping at your heels. On the other hand, sometimes escape is a better plan than a complete massacre. And the very last one, oversee. Looking across the battlefield, you wonder if a tactical approach would be best. If you keep your weapons sheathed, you'll be able to take in the fight from afar and give orders with a clear head. You can never tell exactly how it's going to turn out though. So basically the options we have is we can charge in and basically take the brunt of it, so we'll do some battles with just our party. Formations means we can still do the same thing, but we essentially commit more fighters and more Val to the fight, so we'll probably lose a bit more, possibly. If we hold them off, then we will lose some more fighters, because they'll basically hold them all off while we get all the women and children out kind of thing, all the weaker kind of classes, and I don't mean that women and children are weaker, I just mean for the purpose of this game, most of the men are fighters, along with some of the women as well. But the old people, the women, the children, they're all the ones who you protect when you talk about the weaker ranks. Retreat is we run away, but we're going to lose a bunch of people because they'll kill off people as we go. And oversee is basically you just let everyone else fight and you sit back and hopefully it works out. What are we going to do? We're going to charge, but we're going to charge in the next episode. So I think that'll do us for now. So thank you so much for watching, and tune in next time for our first war battle. Goodbye.